Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing this week's prompts for the hashtag 50 Stack Challenge 4, which is a weekly prompt challenge that is hosted by Amy at Crafty Cat, where each week she draws 2 prompts out of her little bag and you're to make 2 pieces of ephemera using the prompts. And the theme for this particular go round is different types of journals. So the idea is to take the prompt and to make a piece of ephemera to go in the theme of, whatever prompt she pulls out. So this week she pulled out tea, and she pulled out mixed media. So we're going to make a couple of tags and pockets using those themes and see what we come up with. Excuse me just a minute. I'm going to take a swallow of my drink. Okay. And as we get started, I wanted to give a special thanks to Rita. Rita, thank you so much for your super thanks. You are my very first super thanks contributor, and I do appreciate it so much. It was quite a surprise to see that on my YouTube studio feed this morning, and I do appreciate you, lady. I appreciate everyone who watches and who has subscribed and commented and liked my videos. All those things help my channel immensely. I'm not a very good self-promoter, so I really appreciate you all contributing. So let's get started. For the first prompt in tea, of course I go immediately to Alice in Wonderland because why not? It's my favorite, and the prompt of tea, that makes that kind of easy, doesn't it? I don't think that I will ever make a tea journal, but I will most definitely make a Alice in Wonderland journal at one point or another. So I've just cut out several pieces, and this is actually out of an Alice in Wonderland book, and it just so happens that on the Mad Tea Party chapter, there was, it's the last page of that chapter, and so there was a good blank area at the back and a fully blank page on the back, at the bottom, and a fully blank page on the back. So I'm just going to flip that up and make a pocket out of it, and then we're going to make some journal cards and tags to go inside. So I'm gonna start inking. This is pretty sturdy paper, and I am going to reinforce this bottom piece, which is the pocket area, but the back piece is going to be glued down to the page, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. Okay, so I'm going to use this paper to cover this bottom part a little bit. So let's get that torn down. Actually, I want it to go this way because I want that top piece to be reinforced all the way across. So let's tear about right here. And here. And I'm not worried about it being straight or anything like that. Except across the top. And then let's just do let's see, my circle's gonna go, so let's do it this way. Okay, so that is gonna go across there and help reinforce the top of my page. I'm going to try to move kind of quickly, guys, because the mixed media one may take a little longer than this one. Okay. So we're going to get that on there. And then I have this teapot, which is from, I have just mixed up my daubers. Stamperia Alice in Wonderland paper. And I'm down to just my very last few bits of this paper, which is very sad. Don't want to hang it over because, and I'm going to glue that like that and leave that top little bit not glued. I love this paper set for sure. I'm going to go right up to the edge. Make sure I'm not gluing there. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to I want to tape my pocket? See how wide my card is. No, I think I've got enough room. Okay, so I'm going to glue my pocket. And then I've got my little finger here just for another little piece of whimsy, since we are talking about Alice in Wonderland. And I'm going to put it right here pointing at this little sign that says take some more tea. And I want a stamp to go right here. I think I'm gonna stamp some splatters. And this is tea dye I'm using. Actually, I think that's good. I'm going to finish the rest of it, and then if I decide I need something else, I'll put it in there. So then I have just another one of the journal cards. This is off one of the journal cards too. I just cut it out. And you can see you can journal on the back of it. I'm not going to do anything to this except for I made this teeny tiny little tea bag out of a tea bag. And it's got some little seed beads in it. And I'm going to staple it on here. With my tiny attacher. And I might write around the corners. Do I want to? No, I think I'm going to leave them square. And then that's just going to go down in there like that. Pretty simple. And then we're going to make a tag. A big tag. And this is just scrapbook paper. I am going to cover the back of this. I'm going to use this paper. It looks like lined notebook paper and cover the back of it so you can write on it. I think this is, this paper is Bow Bunny paper, like a spring. I don't remember the exact name of it, but it has something to do with spring. Okay. Alright, so there's that one. And if I can find my punch, there it is. I'll put the hole back through there. And for this one, I am going to take this stamp with a pocket watch, and I'm just going to kind of randomly stamp get my paper over here because I want some of them. Oh, if this sticks. Okay, let me clean that off a little bit. It's not one to stick. There we go. gonna switch to vintage photo. Okay, and then let's do I want to do another one? I want to do something down here. Let's do a few splatters and see if that'll kind of fill in. I still think I want a number or something down there. What can we do? What can we do? All right, I'm perplexed. And I know I said I had to hurry, and this is what happens. Because then let's do some script. Okay. I think that'll work. All right, so let me ink around the edges. All right, and then for this one, I've got this ribbon and this lace, and I'm going to put that through the little slit. Just like that, and attach it with the tiny attacher. And then I've got this little teapot charm and a bow pin. Then I'm going to try, there we go, to poke that through. Cut this off, it's too long. And then see if I can find like a little piece of I think this will work. I'm going to cover that staple up a little bit. So I'm going to take this little piece of lace that looks kind of like a flower and kind of cut around it and glue that on there. Alright, so then that will go in our pocket. Let me move this out of the way. Okay, and then the last piece is just a piece of scrapbook paper that is actually from Christmas paper. But I thought the plaid went well with the plaid that's on the journal card. So I'm going to back it again with this lined paper. Ink that up. Poke my hole back in there. Now this one I'm not going to put anything in the hole because I don't want to take away from the journaling card, but I am going to put a hole reinforcer on it. And then I've got my little rabbit here, white rabbit. Ink around him because I did not cut. I left a little border around him. And I'm going to put this little piece of paper on here just for some contrast. It's just a little piece of scrapbook paper. And glue Mr. Rabbit on here. And then I have this little pocket watch. It is just a circle cut out of manila file folder, and it has a watch stamp on it. And I'm gonna put some splatters. I don't know how much they're gonna show up, but we're gonna put a couple. And then that will go down in there. So there we go. There's my tea make for this week. Now let's move on to the mixed media. I still think there may need to be a stamp or something right there, but I'll leave that for the time being until I find something suitable. So we'll move that one out of the way. Now we're going to do the mixed media. For the mixed media one, I'm making a tag for the Sherlock Holmes journal. I'm using a pre-cut number 8 manila tag. And I'm going to put the same lined paper on the back. I have removed the hole reinforcers that were there. I will put new ones after we're done, but I didn't want them to cause a bump while I was covering everything. If I could draw a straight line. Alright. Ooh, that's not going to work. Because that's not wasn't wide enough. Alright, so let's do this again. Now, I have to remind myself I'm cutting the outside line. And I could have just as easily made a tag out of manila file folder or something like that, but I just came across this tag when I was getting everything together, so I just grabbed it. And they're also really good if you're going to do mixed media because they are made out of heavy stock. And so they're good and sturdy if you put other things on them like paint and texture paste and stuff like that. So alright. I'm going to have to erase my other line. Alright, I'm not going to ink it until I get it all done, and then I'll ink both sides. Alright, so for this side, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this script stamp, and I'm going to stamp with Lumberjack Plaid. I don't want to use that. I'm going to save that piece because that's got a really neat photo on it. Okay. Get this good and inked up. I could have used my stamp platform for this too, but I think this will be alright. Okay. And you can see that I had some black still left on there, so I put some black in there too, which is actually kind of cool. Alright, so now I want to take this stencil and I'm going to just in a couple areas take some vintage photo and stencil through the stencil. I can't really tell that's a floral. I need something that's going to be more dramatic than that one. Let's try something else. Let's do some polka dots. Yep, that's better. Okay. Now, I'm going to take, what color do I want to take? I think I'm going to do some antique linen. And just kind of go over the whole thing, and it's going to give it kind of a smeary look, and I'm okay with that. Alright, now I'm going to take scorched timber and go all the way around the edges to give me a frame. And I'll go ahead and do the back too while I'm at it. Alright, so now I want to stamp some numbers, I think. Big ones. Or at least one big one. Actually, I may want to use... No, I'm going to do numbers. I'm going to emboss them, I think. Alright, so let me get my embossing ink. All my stamps need cleaning so bad. Need to just make a little tub of soapy water and put them all in there and scrub them real good and lay them out to dry. The ones I use all the time anyway. I think that's on there. Alright, let me get my embossing powder. Got hickory smoke. I really wish I'd have stamped that in black and then did it. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna wipe it off. And I'm going to stamp it in black and emboss it in clear because I want it to be black. And I don't have see if we can make this work really quick. I can always go over it with a pen, the embossing pen, but I hope this will work. It's going to be all over everything, I think. Let me see. The things we do. See, I'm just making a mess. Okay, once again, we're going to take it all off. Maybe embossing wasn't such a great idea. Can you even see what I'm doing? Although it's not anything earth-shaking. Okay, let's see how that comes out now. I just want it to have just a little bit more dimension than just being flat. I'm going to hold it down to my side so I don't touch the eardrum. Okay, that'll work. All right, on to the next step. I've got this little black and white dude here that reminds me of Watson, so I'm using that. Ink around him. Maybe to kind of tone this white down a little. So he's going to go on here. And then I have this from the Montgomery Ward catalog that has all these different little hats on it. So I think if I glue it on there, okay, so I'm gonna rip it across the top and come down the side. Ink it up, of course. put it on here. Where did my glue book go? Where did you go? And actually, do I want this to go over this shoulder? Shoulder. I want to cover up my whole number. Yeah, I'm going to put it over here. Turn that off. Did I even ask everyone how they are? I don't think I did. I think I just jumped right into everything. I hope you're doing well and ready to start your weekend. This is from Mrs. Coggs. Sherlock Holmes Quotes. Digital. So I'm going to put that all the way down at the bottom. Where do I want it to go? This way. I think I want it about right there. May have to bring it down just a little bit, or I'm not going to be able to get it anything in my hole there. Cut those off. Sorry I'm being so quiet. I don't have much to talk about today. I've been watching a series on Netflix. And I would tell you what the name of it is if I could think of it at the moment. Oh, what did I do? Where'd my little British flag go? Did I just sweep it in the floor? There it is. I'm going to put that right there. Then I'm going to cut a piece of this to put in the hole. Ticking. It's just ticking. It's navy blue ticking. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I can't think of the show I'm watching. It's something chemistry. No, it's not on Netflix. Is it on that? No, I think it's on Apple TV. It's really good though. Lessons in chemistry, maybe? Something like that. Highly recommend it. See if I can just tie this. We've been trying to spread it out so we're not binge watching it and don't have anything to watch. So we've been watching an episode a night or sometimes two, depending on what time we get started with it. But it's really, really good. Alright, and then to tie in another blue area, I'm going to put this washi tape kind of right down the side here. And be sure not to cover my words. And then, am I done? I don't know that I like that there. I need a blue, but I don't think I like that there. If I can get it straight, I think I want it here. Yep. I'm going to put some splatters on my little quote here. And up on here. And then I think I'm going to put just a little bit of red here and there. Maybe here. Oops, I had to cut it on his face. No. No. I think it's going to wipe right off, though, because that's got a slick surface. There we go. Now, I feel like I need to do antique linen over this because I don't like the contrast between those two. So let's try that. We may mess everything up, but I'm going to try it anyway. Alright, now we need to re-ink around that edge where I put the when I put the paper and stuff on. And then we'll be done. And I'm sure you guys are saying, thank goodness. Mixed media takes a while, guys. His face is way too white. That's better. Okay, so there we go. There's our mixed media tag, which obviously I'm going to put somewhere in the Sherlock Holmes journal. And here is our tea. So there's our 2 tags for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I will see you guys back on Sunday. And we're going to do something for a journal with me. So I hope you come back to see me soon. And I hope you have a good weekend. I'll see everybody on Sunday. Bye.